Imagine the perfect food. One so delicious that award-winning chefs dream of serving it at their fine restaurants.
I have yet to find something that has topped it.
One so nutritious that renowned cardiologists recommend it as an important part of everyone's diet.
For the general population, eating fish is extremely important for reducing the risk of heart disease.
A food so sustainable that the people who harvest it have been living off their catch for hundreds of generations.
We fish to live and we live to fish. It's our way of life.
And a food that's traceable, giving consumers the peace of mind of knowing exactly where it's from.
Traceability assures the consumer that this fish was caught at the mouth of the Yukon by Yupik Eskimos.
This is the story of wild Yukon River salmon. Nutritious, sustainable, delicious, and traceable. The Yukon River is 2,000 miles long and has a vast delta. For thousands of years, the Yupik Eskimos have been fishing here. Their survival linked to the fish they harvest.
All our lives, it's been fish. And it's been our staple food. It's been, it's been everything to us. And it's passed on from generation to generation.
It's important to them because they eat the fish they catch, surviving on a subsistence quota set by the state of Alaska that will feed their families for the entire year.
It's something that we cannot go without. A lot of people live off that, and we will only have like a windows of maybe 3 months to collect the fish, process them, and then we try to get enough for the whole year from, say, June until the next following year.
The Alaska Department of Fish and Game sets strict quotas to make sure that enough fish make it upriver to spawn and sustain the species.
When the salmon return during the spring, the salmon are stable. So it's always good to have that fish come back. It's our life.
It is the Yukon River salmon's preparation for that arduous journey home that makes them so nutritious.
This is really special fish. It's full of omega-3. It has the highest oil content of any other seafood anywhere.
Recent lab tests show that just a 3.5-ounce serving of Yukon salmon contains up to 5.2 grams of omega-3 fatty acids.
And among all the different foods or nutrients one could eat, seafood is actually probably the single most important food for cardiovascular health.
In fact, a 2006 study from the Harvard School of Public Health found that fish consumption lowers the risk of death from heart disease by 36% and reduced mortality by 17%. The American Heart Association recommends that people eat fish twice a week.
Eating fish is extremely important for reducing the risk of heart disease. That's the #1 cause of death in both men and women, not only in the United States, but almost every country in the world.
Yet another reason for eating wild Yukon River salmon is because it's delicious.
But when it comes to Yukon River salmon from Mnemonic, I have yet to find something that has topped it on my palate to this point in my life.
Rick Moonen is an award-winning chef whose RM Seafood restaurant in Las Vegas serves nothing but fish.
Everything that's selected is from a sustainable source, meaning that it's not overfished, that it's being caught in a responsible manner, so it's not destroying the habitat of these fish.
On a recent episode of the PBS show Chefs Afield, Moonen traveled to Alaska and saw how the Yupik families lived and harvested their prized catch.
But even chum out here in the Yukon Delta have high oil content. But it's good fish.
Then he returned to his restaurant to feature the fish he had helped catch.
And when I talk about fat, I'm talking about it in the best possible way. That's the omega-3 fatty acids that drench your body, nourishing you, making you with a healthier heart, stronger immunity system. Everything that could possibly come is delivered here in the most delicious possible way, and it's sustainable.
But how do consumers know that what they're buying is the real deal? Kwik'pak Fisheries is the first wild salmon producer to offer source-to-sale tracing of their product.
Traceability assures the consumer that this fish was caught at the mouth of the Yukon by Yupik Eskimos. They go to the website, type in the trace code, and that trace code will take them right back to the processor in Emonic.
Wild Yukon River salmon. Nutritious, sustainable, delicious, and traceable.
It's something that I hope that will continue on for another 1,000 more years.